The Dyson Show. We continue with DysoVision and the relevant news.
And now, the relevant news, covering all the news in MacArthur Park and the Bay Area. And now, here's your relevant news reporter, Bob Wire.
Good evening, I'm Bob Wire. Tragedy in the Middle East tonight as sporadic fighting continues along the Nebraska border. Farmers are apparently enraged over South Dakota's decision to become a 3,000-lane interstate highway. DysoVision's Robin Banks is on the scene and files this report.
Hello, I'm Robin Banks. There's been fighting on and off all day here along the...
Thank you, Robin. There was excitement in the Northwest today as the entire state of Montana disappeared. The state was discovered missing sometime after noontime our time. Said Wyoming State Trooper Chuck Stake,
I've never seen anything like it.
Search parties are still raging at this hour in what must be a complete state of confusion. The word from the White House is that President Ford is very concerned and will probably look into the matter in a few weeks. Alabama Governor George Wallace was injured in a freak accident today as his wheelchair had a blowout, tossing him against a Coke machine. All indications show that the governor should be up and rolling around again in no time. I'll be back with more news right after this.
My wife. I don't know how she does it. She walks, she talks, she even drives the car. But still, she manages to work 18 hours a day at the sawmill. Why, thanks to her income, I don't have to work at all. And I owe it all to Geritol. It makes her so big and strong, and I like that. My wife, I think I'll...
Several city firemen were treated for smoke ejaculation earlier today after a mishap that can only be called tough. The mishap caused Firehouse 17 to be evacuated for well over an hour, said one of the firemen. To prevent further injuries in the future, the firemen have agreed to stop smoking around the poker table. Tragedy up north tonight as a San Conyo youth was, that's right, murdered. There are no clues as to why the muscular blonde star quarterback of the Bill and Emily Harris Senior High School was decapitated while driving his red Mustang, license number FUC149, to his home at 197 Poison Oak Road, where his parents, Mr. and Mrs. Lewis R. Franklin, reside. The boy's name is being withheld pending notification of next of kin. I'll be back with the complete sports wrap-up right after this.
Hi, I'm Dave Campagna, president of Concord Dodge, and I can open up my mouth wider than any other dealer in Northern California. To prove it, I'm going to swallow this 1975 Dodge half-ton pickup, radio heater and white wall tires. I'll take your money and I'll take your time. Come to Concord Dodge in the center median of the 680 freeway. Thank you.
Now here's a complete sports wrap-up. Well, that about wraps up the sports. I'll be right back right after this.
What would you do if your son got run over by a dump truck in his new white shirt?
I'd shout it out.
What would you do if your husband got in a knife fight all over his cotton denim?
I'd shout it out.
Shout, the new detergent that turns greens, blues, and even browns their whitest ever. What would you do if you had to talk to a deaf person?
I'd shout it out.
The weather for the Bay Area is fair to partly fairy with a 40% chance of a meteor shower in the early morning hours. Earthquake Irene is rumbling about 500 miles west of Monterey at this hour. Her present course is north-north-north-north at a speed of 15 miles per hour, which, except for a few sporadic tidal waves, should steer clear of the Bay Area. I'll be back with tonight's editorial right after this.
Excuse me, friend. How do you spell relief? For excessive drinking, I spell it B-A-R-F.
Tonight's editorial deals with the San Francisco Bay. We here at DysoVision feel that the draining of the bay would be beneficial to our area. In addition to the added parking facilities, the additional land would skyrocket our local real estate ventures. The Golden Gate Bridge District would be taken care of once and for all, and Alcatraz could become a state park, much like Marin's Mount Tamaulipas. We urge that you vote yes on Amendment 36 in the next election, calling for the draining of the San Francisco Bay. Well, that's all the relevant news for this evening. Tune in at 11 when you'll hear me say, "Good evening, I'm Bob Wire."
Relevant news is your link to reality. An informed public is an informed public. Thank you now. Come again. Directed by A.G. Raff. Produced by A.G. Raff. I am A.G. Raff. Bob Wire's Apparel by Canvas Corners. When it comes to your body, we've got you covered. Canvas Corners is just another one of the growing family of ethyl oil.
You are thoroughly enjoying DysoVision.
We'll finish up the series tomorrow with the Lou Borden Show. Bye.